Prepare to unleash your darkest fears with TUBI's top 10 disturbing horror movies. From heart-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these scary selections will haunt your dreams. Let's dive right in. Number 10. Dread.
This was never about a school assignment! Wait!
What if your greatest fear wasn't just studied, but weaponized? In Dread, psychology student Steven teams up with the enigmatic Quaid to film a documentary exploring people's deepest and darkest terrors. But Quaid has no intention of staying academic. Directed by Anthony de Blasi and adapted from Clive Barker's chilling short story, the film quickly plunges from philosophical to brutal as their research subjects become unwilling test cases. Each interview peels back the skin of trauma, exposing raw nerves and unhealed scars. Then Quaid pushes further, recreating those fears with horrifying precision. The camera keeps rolling even as the screams become real. Dread doesn't rely on jump scares. It festers in your mind, feeding off existential horror and the inescapable nature of trauma. Number 9. Dismissed.
Alkali metals are highly reactive.
I believe he's not the good kid he pretends to be.
Some students crave success and others demand it at any cost. When high school English teacher David Butler gives a gifted but unsettling student a less than perfect grade, he unknowingly triggers a quiet war of intellect and intimidation. Lucas, the new kid in class, is brilliant, polite, and utterly sociopathic. Directed by Benjamin Arfman, Dismissed is a slow-burning psychological thriller that spirals into horror as the veneer of classroom order peels away. Lucas isn't just angry, he's methodical, manipulative, and dangerously fixated on control. Grades, careers, and lives become pawns in a deadly academic game where reason is no defense. Tension tightens like a noose with each confrontation, until the teacher finds himself learning a final lesson. Number 8. The deeper you dig.
I need you to help me find out what happened to her, but you can't help me find her.
In the cold woods of upstate New York, a tragic accident binds 3 souls in a slow, spectral unraveling. When a grieving mother, a former psychic, searches for her missing daughter, she finds herself drawn to the secrets buried beneath her neighbor's floorboards. The Deeper You Dig is a haunting art house horror steeped in isolation, guilt, and ghostly justice. The killer, a recluse trying to hide his crime, begins to see the girl's spirit in something else watching from the shadows. The film crawls like a fever dream, full of stark silence, shifting identities, and quiet dread that gnaws at the bones. Death is just the beginning, and the aftershocks ripple deeper than anyone imagines. Number 7. Inhuman Resources.
Sorry, boss.
A job interview turns into a corporate nightmare when 6 strangers are locked inside a mysterious office building with a single task. Choose one to survive, the rest will die. Directed by Daniel Krieg, Inhuman Resources throws its characters into a twisted world of cubicles, chains, and psychological torment under the control of a vengeful ex-employee seeking justice for a crime he didn't commit. The only way out is to uncover the real killer before their captor loses patience. As tensions rise, morals collapse, and sanity cracks, the sterile setting becomes a battlefield of betrayal, secrets, and blood. It's horror dressed in business casual, and no resume can prepare you for what comes next. Number 6. Murder Party.
Get back to...
Oops.
On Halloween night in Brooklyn, a lonely man stumbles upon a random invitation to a murder party. Curious and costumed, he attends only to discover the party's name isn't a joke. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, Murder Party blends dark comedy and gore-drenched horror in a twisted tale of artistic ambition gone psychotic. The hosts, a group of pretentious art students, have one goal: murder him for the sake of performance art. But the joke slowly turns on them as egos clash, plans unravel, and blood stains their canvas of cruelty. What begins as satire descends into splatter, revealing just how far people will go for recognition and how little they actually matter to each other. Number 5. Marshmellow.
You have nightmares sometimes?
Morgan, a timid 12-year-old still haunted by his grandfather's drowning, arrives at a secluded summer camp hoping for peace but finds only paranoia and whispered legends. The campfires burn bright, But the stories told around them speak of a masked camp doctor who stalks the grounds at night, cutting the throats of any child who dares wander. Marshmellow begins as a classic campfire horror and slowly uncoils into something darker, melding childhood trauma with a surreal sci-fi twist. As Morgan and his bunkmates dig deeper into the myth, reality begins to warp, and something unholy stirs beneath the floorboards. A low hum of dread builds with each sleepless night, while innocence is swallowed by shadows. Number 4, Blood Punch.
I just need to show you.
A remote cabin, a drug cooking scheme, and a sinister time loop that refuses to break. When Milton, a chemistry whiz fresh out of rehab, gets lured by the dangerously charming Skylar into a backwoods drug operation, he doesn't expect to die. Repeatedly. Directed by Madeleine Paxson, Blood Punch is a genre-bending fever dream that mixes crime, horror, and black comedy into a twisted tale of murder and déjà vu. Each new day restarts the same, but bloodier, meaner, and more revealing than the last. With every reset, Milton is forced to uncover who's lying, who's manipulating, and who's already dead. Stylish and unpredictable, the film traps its characters in a purgatory of betrayal and brutal truths. Number 3, The Love Witch. Elaine is elegant, alluring, and utterly lethal. A modern-day witch cloaked in vintage glamour, she uses spells and potions to seduce men into loving her, but they never survive her love. Directed by Anna Biller, The Love Witch is a hypnotic, technicolor descent into obsession, femininity, and madness. Set in a dreamy 1960s aesthetic, it radiates beauty and dread in equal measure, drawing you into a world where heartbreak leads to homicide and romance is soaked in blood. Elaine doesn't hide who she is. She thrives in her darkness, even as her grip on reality dissolves. Every man who enters her life sees a fantasy until they see what lies beneath. Number 2, Mother's Day.
You taught them to be killers! I taught them to survive.
When a group of siblings on the run take shelter in their childhood home, they expect safety but find horror. Their mother has returned, and she is not the comforting presence they remember. Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, Mother's Day is a brutal, unflinching tale of family, control, and vengeance. As an unsuspecting couple's housewarming party turns into a hostage nightmare, Mother arrives to reclaim what's hers, with charm, cruelty, and iron resolve. Her rules are simple: obedience, loyalty, and no one leaves alive. Tension simmers into bloodshed as psychological torment gives way to savage violence. Each choice, each betrayal, is met with Mother's twisted justice. Number 1, Audition. Shigeharu is a widower seeking love, but what he finds is a nightmare wearing a porcelain smile. Coaxed by a friend into staging a fake film audition to meet eligible women, he becomes entranced by Asami, a quiet, elegant woman with a haunting past. Directed by Takashi Miike, Audition begins like a slow-burning romance, then shifts with surgical precision into one of the most disturbing psychological horrors ever filmed. Asami is not what she seems, and the deeper Shigeharu falls, the more tightly the wires wrap around his fate, literally. The film builds dread like a razor sliding over skin, quiet, deliberate, and inevitable. It dares you to let your guard down, only to slice through your comfort when you least expect it. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Dave made a maze.
To defeat the maze, we've got to complete the maze.
We're not just doing that because it rhymes.
Well, then how about instead of...
When Dave builds a cardboard maze in his living room, he gets trapped inside, and it's far bigger, deadlier, and more alive than it should be. His friends enter to rescue him, only to discover shifting hallways, booby traps, and something monstrous lurking within. It's a bizarre, whimsical horror that turns imagination into a paper-cut nightmare. From within, it's not. A small, ultra-religious town is gripped by a series of mysterious suicides, each one spreading like a curse to the next victim. As a skeptical teen digs deeper, she uncovers a dark family secret and a vengeful force punishing hypocrisy with death. Faith turns to fear as the line between sin and survival blurs. My Friend Dahmer.
I see things in you that I don't like about myself. I want you to have friends in ways that I never...
Before he became one of America's most infamous serial killers, Jeffrey Dahmer was a lonely, awkward teen with unsettling habits. Told from a classmate's perspective, this chilling portrait explores the quiet horror of watching someone unravel. It's not about the killings, it's about how monsters are made. Record.
It's because she's
A late-night news crew follows firefighters into an apartment building and quickly finds themselves sealed inside with something inhuman. As tenants transform into bloodthirsty creatures, the footage captures every second of escalating terror. Shot in real time, this Spanish found footage horror is pure claustrophobic panic.